Justin Merrick. I'm director for the Stax Music Academy. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about LesPaul BeTheBand and the Stax Music Academy. Some of what you'll see here today is a live environment where we're mixing education and entertainment for the students to learn. Practicality in the studio, blend, harmony, what it takes to create the ultimate band. So a major part of what you'll see today is the students having a comparison and analysis where they're learning the difference between digital and the analog age of recording in the music industry. And so this Be The Band experience is important in connecting what was and what is today as we create the next generation of soul communicators.
Hi, we're here at SoulSchool Spring Break 2013, Be The Band. My name is Dirk Kitterlin. I am the technology coordinator at the Stax Music Academy. And what we have today is a really exciting competition for students, both who are from the Stax Music Academy and from outside of the academy, from Memphis and Shelby County schools. It's a competition-based workshop. We have 4 bands with guest musical directors. They'll be performing 3 songs for a panel of judges. 2 of the songs were pre-selected. We have Stax classic My Imaginary Guy by Deanie Parker. 2013 Grammy winner, Love on Top by Beyonce, and then one toss-up category where the students select from a list of 10 songs. Each band of student musicians consists of a rhythm section and a small vocal ensemble, and then we have one horn section that will learn all the songs and perform with all the groups when it comes time for the competition. Our guest judges will select a winning band who tomorrow will head over to Memphis University School to take part in the LesPaul Real Sound of Soul Music analog recording workshop. The band will get to see what it's like to record the analog tape, and all the other students who are here today who didn't quite make the cut to win will get to observe that process. I want to introduce you guys to our audio engineer and workshop facilitator for the LesPaul Real Sound of Soul Music workshop. Kevin Covens.
So what I'm going to try to do is put y'all into like the traditional sort of recording studio environment where we have everyone playing as a band, playing together, just like the professionals do it, and actually more like they used to kind of do it back in the day. You know, we're hopefully trying to keep with the tradition of Les Paul and the multi-track tape machine and show you all how that works.
I actually think another really important part of today is allowing for the students to soak in what Les Paul and who Les Paul is or was. Les Paul was a songwriter. Les Paul was an engineer. Les Paul was a musician. Les Paul was an inventor. Les Paul was an entrepreneur. And fusing those elements into what they're learning from their different music band directors today will be an important part as to how we will be able to capitalize as a music academy in saying that we're creating the next generation of soul communicators.
You can't imagine how excited I was when I learned that the kids were going to take that song and do it in their own style, and that they would also be afforded an opportunity to learn how analog recording was done, because I've always maintained that you need to know how to play an instrument. You need to know how to sing as a lead vocalist. It is important to learn harmonization. It's essential that you can do all of these things and do them well if you're going to be a musician and a vocalist. And then to pull all of this together in a way that it makes a song the best that it can be is really important, because anybody can take these MIDI mixers and all of these other sophisticated digital gadgets that you have and cut and paste. But can you really play an instrument? Can you really sing a song, lead that song, and do it well?
think of the one thing that you learned today that you didn't know about music before today? Who wants to go first of our new ones?
Make sure being flexible because things can change.
Okay, that's a very good point.
Recording that we're doing today, since it's going on a album instead of being recorded digitally, it's very different. It's just you have to get it all together, or you can go back, but it's a different process.
Okay, all right. I mean, a very good example is that, let's say, if you have there was one point where a horn punch was just a little early, it was a little rushed, like, bah, you go, oh wow. Digital, we just take that and slide it back.
Yeah.
So that's good and bad. It's good because it's convenient and quick, and you're trying to make records. Time is money. But it's bad because then you get sloppy. You get lazy, or your precision isn't as good because at the end of the day, hey, you can just move it. Same thing with background. Imagine back in the day when they sang a background part. If it happens 30 times in the song, how many times you have to sing it? 30.
Instead of duplicating.
Exactly. So stamina is something that you end up not having as much, because you only have to do it once. And so these are little things that you learn. Now Kevin and I are sitting there talking about working in analog, how there's so many pluses and there's some minuses too, and we've already talked about some of them. Like for instance, when you finish and you have to, okay, hey, hold on, no, let's go back to that spot. Well, in digital, you go right back there. Well, analog, you have to wait until it gets back there. But again, sometimes that's a good thing because it gives you time to and you process what you just did and what you're going to do better this time. Sometimes with digital, because you can start right over, you start right over. But it ends up taking you twice as long anyway because you weren't really focused on what you need to make better. So we can appreciate our forebears for having dealt with this process of making analog records. So now when we make records, we have some other kind of processes we can get around to take some shortcuts, right? Especially when it comes to fixing stuff and making it kind of sound better. But man, it's been great. You guys have really done a good job, and you were very flexible. That's a very good way of putting it. And by the way, that's in music. Nothing ever takes the exact amount of time you think it's going to take. It's always going to be different, So bravo.